Om Hanumate Namaha. Jai Shri Ram. We have often heard and read on social media platforms that Roth is a prayer offering, especially for Hanuman. People have commented that Roth is a sacred prasad that should be made with devotion. Many Hindus have declared that devotees abstain from meat and meat products for at least a week before preparing Roth for prayer. Much criticism has been leveled at those who buy Roth, with some saying that such people are lazy. Several calls have been made for the South African Hindu Maha Sabha to prevent businesses, restaurants, and butcher shops from selling Roth. In the light of the above, we have decided to do this presentation in which we offer guidance and clarity on the importance of Prasad and particularly Roth. We will begin with a discussion in which we explain the significance of Prasad. There are certain primary rules or procedures which need to be followed when making Prasad, and to this end, we share some tips on how Prasad should be prepared. He is also sometimes referred to as Prasadam. Both mean sacred food. Prasad is also translated as mercy or God's mercy. Prasad is that which has been offered to God, which produces a spiritual benefit. Hindus strongly believe that the deity partakes of the Prasad and then returns the offering, thereby consecrating it. This is related to the spiritual belief of an individual. The significance of offering Prasad to God is infused with divine consciousness and spiritual enlightenment. Prasad is an act of devotion in which offerings are made to God, and therefore thorough care must be taken in the preparation of Prasad. According to the Satyanarayana Katha, chapter 1, verse 20, Prasad must be made with the best ingredients and it must be offered with bhakti, which is love or devotion. The ingredients, the environment in which Prasad is prepared, and the mental and emotional state of those preparing Prasad must be of the highest quality. We must be very clear that only sattvic offerings must be made in prayer. Sattvic is derived from the Sanskrit word sattva, which means pure, clean, and strong energy. According to chapter 17 of the Bhagavad Gita, sattvic foods promote lifespan, increase virtue, strength, health, happiness, and satisfaction. The Gita states that sattvic foods are juicy, succulent, nourishing, and naturally tasteful. The Bhagavad Gita also declares that food or prasad prepared more than 3 hours before being eaten is tamasic in nature. The Bhagavad Gita specifically states in chapter 17 that tasteless, stale, putrid, decomposed, and unclean food must be avoided. We must be mindful that prasad should not be cooked and left unprotected in the light, in the heat, or in the air. The kitchen in which prasad is being prepared must be clean. The ingredients and utensils must be clean. The person or persons preparing the prasad must be of a stable mindset. There is a belief that cleanliness and a stable mindset increases the sattvic quality in prasad. Hence, those preparing the prasad must be in a calm, peaceful, and contemplative frame of mind while preparing food that is symbolically offered to God. The prasad must not be tasted before it is offered to God. The person making the prasad must trust the recipes they are using. There should be no mental agitation of whether devotees will find the prasad delicious. The prasad is being prepared as an act of devotional service for the pleasure of God and not for the pleasure of the cook or the devotees who will partake of the prasad. We must bear in mind that essential ingredients in the preparation of Prasad are love and devotion. It is therefore advisable to listen to devotional music or chant while preparing Prasad. In South Africa, Hindus refer to Prasad offered to Hanuman as Roth. The word Roth is popular in South Africa. However, according to the Times of India, published on the 5th of August 2020, in an article entitled Ayodhya Bhumi Pujan, foods traditionally offered to Lord Ram and Hanuman, it is stated that Roth is almost on the verge of disappearing in India because not many people make it. Roth is considered to be Lord Hanuman's favorite sweet. It is considered the most authentic offering to Lord Hanuman. It is prepared using wheat flour, ghee, sugar, jaggery and cardamom. The mantra that is used to offer Prasad to Hanuman includes the word apupa, which means a kind of fine bread, cake, wheat or cake of flour. Our ancestors realized that cake or bread made of wheat or flour is essential for Hanuman Puja. Hence, they made what we know today as Roth. Incidentally, the Times of India, published on the 5th of August 2020, also reports that Kesaria Bundi Laddu, Besan Laddu and Malai Mishri Laddu are also offered to Lord Hanuman. They continue to advise that in many temples of South India, especially Tamil Nadu, the Vada Mala is offered to Lord Hanuman. Vada Mala is made with urad dal and peppercorns. So as emphasized in this presentation, the preparation of Prasad is a sacred act of devotion. Prasad is made for the satisfaction of the Lord with positive benefits for the devotee who then partakes of this gracious gift from God. Prasad should be made under strict sattvic conditions with utmost discipline and care. When we purchase Roth and other Prasad from restaurants, supermarkets and private individuals who also prepare and serve meat, we cannot guarantee that the Roth or the Prasad was made under sattvic conditions. We cannot confirm that those preparing the Prasad have observed the necessary dietary discipline or hygiene requirements. Any form of contamination of Prasad would be an act of desecration. Therefore, it is best to make the Roth or Prasad in one's own home, thus manifesting our heartfelt love for God. Each individual has the democratic right to decide whether they want to purchase Roth or Prasad for prayer purposes. The South African Hindu Maha Sabha cannot regulate commercial enterprises. However, the Maha Sabha is guiding and educating the Hindu public about the sattvic conditions under which Prasad must be prepared. If you have to purchase Roth or Prasad, make sure that this is from a pure vegetarian outlet. Jai Shri Hanuman, Dhanyavad.